right. So we're gonna do like we did on Tuesday and just start on our backs and just kind of relax for a moment. Settle in by just focusing in on your breath. People are yawning. And just bring your hands on your belly so you can notice the breath. The heat in this gym is in the floor, so hopefully it's warm enough because it's chilly outside. Really engage a full breath. You can feel your belly rise and fall. Maybe feel your chest rise and fall. With Halloween, we like to feel scared. We go to haunted houses. We do all these things that will give us a little scare, a little adrenaline rush. And that's kind of fun, but it's really not that fun to be made to feel fear. A real fear is contagious. And I feel like with this election that we're being made to say, oh, if that side wins, this is going to happen, or if this side wins, that's going to happen. And we should be scared. And when that happens, think of having this internal compass inside you. And when it's turned towards fear, if you can notice it, just allow it to shift maybe towards something like love. They say that love is the opposite of fear. If you really ruminate on that, it's true. Turn your compass towards love, even if it's just for this next hour. You're much more likely to feel the love and the grace. Notice the beauty that's all around you. Now just let your arms long over your head. Let your rib cage like come apart there. Stretch long, feels kind of good. And then hug your knees in. Just kind of bring knees side to side. Roll around a little bit. And then we're going to do abdominal bracing to start. So bring the shins up parallel to the floor. And I want you to notice now your rib cage, the lower ribs, the whole rib cage back, but your sits bone's still grounded and your head's still grounded. So you have a little curve in your neck as well, but it's nice and long. And then flex your feet, bring your hands on your thighs and just press a little bit up and away. Make a little more work. Not so much that you can't breathe, but hopefully you'll feel yourself fatiguing a little. Don't allow anything to change in your spine. Good, and then hug your knees back in, relax for a moment. Maybe flex and point your feet a few times. Stretch out your ankles. And let's do that again. So shins up, flex the feet, hands on the thighs, but really notice the rib cage back and grounded. And press up and away. And then bring both hands to the right thigh. Keep that action going and extend the left leg. You'll feel more work. Good, bend the knee, switch the hands, and switch sides. Bend the knee, bring the right hand on the right knee, left hand on left. Press up and away for one more breath, and then hug them in again. Oof, burn, maybe burn. And then grab a block. Sorry, I should have. You get one. Sorry. Hopefully you have one at home. And keep your knees bent for a moment. Bring your arms up. And then think rib cage back, long side body, shoulder blades back, rib cage back. Now maintain that and see if you can stretch your legs long. And then squeeze the block with your hands and don't let the core change as you bring the block up and over your head. And then pause there for one breath. Don't let the block touch down. And then slowly bring the block back up. Keep squeezing. Tuck your chin and lift your head and your shoulders up as you reach the block forward for a breath. And come on back down. Reconnect. So it's easy to lose that rib cage connection. Reconnect. And slowly bring the arms up over the head. Press the block. Keep long back of neck, long through the spine. Stay for 2 breaths this time. And slowly bring it back up. And squeezing the block, lift your head and shoulders. Hold there. And slowly come on back down. Reconnect if you've lost it. Squeeze the block. Arms up over the head. Hold it there for 3 breaths. Good. Bring the block up. Lead. Bring the block forward. Head and shoulders lift. And release down. Just set the block on your belly for a moment. And then I'm going to do the block the narrower way. And I'm going to have you bring it up and see if you can just fit it between your feet. And then bring your, and if that doesn't work, between your ankles or shins works too. And then just squeeze the block with your feet. Think rib cage back, sits bones grounded, long spine. And lower the feet just to an angle that feels like nothing changes in your core. And stay for a breath. And come on back up. Reset if you lost it. Lower just to that place where you're feeling work, but you can hold it for 2 breaths. Good. Next inhale, bring it back up. Bend your knees if you need to for a moment. Stretch the legs back straight, squeeze the block. And check your core. Lower. And see if you can hold for 3 breaths. And next inhale, bring it up. Release the block and set it off to the side. Bring your feet down. Soles of the feet together. Let your knees open wide for butterfly. Good. Close the knees. Grab your shins, roll up to seated, and then if you want, all the way up to standing. I'm going to take off the layer. My wool shirt is a little too much. Doing all those core exercises. Okay, stand in Tadasana. Interlace your hands, press your palms forward, and think to yourself, now I'm going to extend my arms up, but I don't want my rib cage to pop out, but I don't want to scoop my tailbone. I just want to keep really long and strong in my core. And then arc to your right. Keep the shoulders facing forward. And come on up and arc to your left. Come on back up and go to the right again. Just go slow. Keep the left side body nice and long as you do this. And up and over the other side. And come on up. Release your hands. And bring the hands to heart center. And as you do, sit back to chair. And just bring your hands on your knees for a moment. And think, okay, long side body. Head of the arm bones back. Rib cage back. Draw the low belly up, but keep the sits bones back. And then bring the hands to heart center. See if you can come up just a little more upright. Maintaining that connection. You'll feel a lot more work. And then maybe extend the arms by your ears. A little deeper, you can do it. Good, bring the hands to the knees, straighten the legs, come to a forward fold. Notice your feet. Your shoulders relax, your jaw relax. And then go ahead and come down to all fours. And just start working through some cow and cat. Lengthening the back of your neck and cat, tucking the chin. And just keep going. And then pause with a flat back. And ask yourself, rib cage back, sits bones back, long back of neck. So you feel really long and strong in your core, and then extend the right leg and the left arm. And release on your exhale and switch. Rib cage back, no sloppiness there, right arm. And release. Back to the first side, right leg, left arm. Stay for 2 breaths. Release on the exhale. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Check your rib cage. Is it getting sloppy? And release. Last time, right leg, left arm. 3 breaths. On the exhale, lower. Inhale, extend left leg. Add the right arm when you feel totally connected. One more breath. And release. Good. Bring the knees wide, stretch your feet long, take a child's pose, keeping your arms extended long. And then making your way to downward facing dog. And do this, bend your knees almost so they're touching the floor, and then move your hips back and up. Inhale, bend your knees again. Exhale, move the hips back and up. Next inhale, last time, bend the knees, move the hips back and up, straighten the legs. Really being mindful of your breath. Next, inhale, come to plank. Exhale, stay. One more breath. And on the exhale, bend the knees, shift back, down dog. Inhale, plank. Stay for 2 breaths. Broaden the clavicles. Think really engaged rib cage back. On the exhale, push back. Last one, plank on the inhale. Exhale, check your core. 3 breaths. And on your next exhale, lower down to the mat. Beautiful, you guys. Now have you grab your block, which is probably in the wrong place, and bring it flat in the wider position. And then stretch your arms out long in front of you with your hands on either side. And lengthen your feet long. And then press the block. Lift your head, your shoulders, think rib cage back, and then lift the arms. And lower. Set up your core. Press the block. Inhale, lift, head, shoulders, block. Hold for 2 breaths. Squeeze the block and release. Take a break. Long side body, head of the arm on back, rib cage back. Squeeze the block, left. You can even add the feet if you want. 3 breaths. Last breath. And release. Slide your hands back and lift up to cobra. And just feel like it's a lengthening process. And lower down on your exhale. And push up and back to downward facing dog. Just walk it out. And then lower your knees and grab both blocks and bring them under your hands. I'm going to put mine flat. You can put yours medium and then come back to down dog. And step your feet up to the blocks, forward fold there. Let's take a moment to feel that out. And then very slowly, starting with the tail, roll up vertebra by vertebra up to standing. And stretch your arms out. And bring hands to heart center. And let's inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Step your left foot back, a deep lunge. Notice your alignment. Right heel, knee, sits bone line up. Left heel, knee, sits bone line up. You can lift and lower the heel a little bit to stretch out your calf. Feel your hip flexor stretch. Good. And then lower the back knee and just pause there. Think, do I have my core fully engaged? So check that. Long spine all the way through the top of the head. Maybe lift to fingertips. So you're not laying on the thigh, you're really actively holding yourself there, then extend your arms back. As long as you can make your spine stay there, and then slowly lift your torso up, just feeling that connection through your core, and without letting your ribs pop out, stretch your arms up, Anjane Asana. Grab your left wrist with your right hand to lengthen that left side and maybe arc to the right a little bit, keeping the right side long as well. Come back up. Release your arms by your side. Lean forward at that angle, just where you feel the work in your core a little bit. And touch down. Lift the back knee, step back, down dog. Bend the left leg and step it through so we can even things out. Check your alignment. We all have our tendencies maybe to sway our hips one way or the other. Just kind of check that out. Make sure the alignment's good, and then lower the back knee. Hug to the midline. Now you know where we're going. Check your core. Think long spine as you extend the arms back and hold. Next, inhale, slowly come upright. Think, am I connected in the core so much that when I extend my arms, I just feel length? Grab the right wrist, lengthen. Keep that core connection as you arc. Left hip crease has to stay back. Shoulders and hips stay square to the front. Good, come on up. Release. And just angle forward. Think low belly up, rib cage back, long spine, and touch down. Lift the back knee, step back, downward facing. Next inhale, extend the right leg and step it through, deep lunge. Again, check your alignment. Come up on fingertips or a little higher so you're not laying on that front leg. Let your arms come by your hips. So you're at that angle. You're really feeling strong. You feel your rib cage back, your low belly drawing up, and then slowly come upright. Crescent. Extend your arms. You like that little bend, you can grab your left wrist, lengthen, and arc. Up. Arms come back by your side. Hugging to the midline, lengthening. Slowly angle forward. Hold there. And touch down. Good job. Step forward this time to switch to right foot back. Deep lunge. Check your alignment. Hug to the midline. Hips are square. Shoulders are square. Long spine. Sits bones back. Rib cage back. Angle your arms back. And slowly come upright, holding that strong connection in the core. When you do that, your legs just kind of follow suit. Extend your arms up. You like the arc of your right wrist. And arc. Shoulders and hips stay square to the front. Really have to be mindful with your core. Come on back up. Stretch the arms back by your hips. Angle forward. And on your next exhale, touch down and step back. Downward facing dog. Walk it out. And step your feet up between the blocks, forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. On pranam, that's always what I want you to feel is that core connection. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Pause, take a breath or two. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam, nice long integrated spine. And fold. Good. Turn the blocks up to a higher height if you need to. You don't have to. And step your left foot back, but not all the way to deep lunge, just to a grounded heel position. And straighten your right leg. And then really feel grounded through both feet. Your alignment is square. Think rib cage back, sits bones back, long spine. Maybe fold a little deeper. Right hip crease has to stay back. Left leg really grounded. Now come up like a pranam. Think of that pranam position. Bring your arms back by your hips. Keep that going and slowly come upright. Woo. Feel that? If you're a strong core, it's doable. You can stretch your arms up if you want. Forgot that part. Don't let your ribs pop out. Good. Bring the arms back down and slowly fold forward. Long spine. Touch the blocks. Good. Bend the right knee, step forward, and step the right foot back. Straighten the left leg. Check your alignment. Engage your core. And fold deeper if you'd like. Touching out that hamstring, back of leg. And then come up like a pranam. Make sure you're fully grounded. Your core is really engaged. Stretch your arms back. And slowly come up. Stretch your arms up. And bring the arms down. Take your time. Check your core and fold forward. And touch the blocks. Good. Step the blocks out of the way for a moment and step back, downward facing dog. And if you're really getting tired, take child's pose. It's okay. Or if you want, you can do a vinyasa. So inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, lower. Inhale, push up and back. Downward facing dog. For a breath. Let's do that one more time unless you're ready for child's pose now. So inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower. And everybody inhale up and back. Downward facing doggy. And step your feet to your hands. Forward fold. And just grab your blocks and bring them forward on the higher height, but just up from the outside of your feet. So you're like in a L position. And then hold deep. And inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hold and hands to the blocks. You might have to bend your knees here. So I really want you to feel the weight in your feet. Your hands are able to support you some, but the weight's right in the middle of your feet. So just feel that. Then extend your right leg and add your left arm. Low belly up, rib cage back, long back of neck, and release. Switch sides, left leg, rib cage back, add the right arm, and release. Back to the first side, right leg, left arm. You can really feel your core helping you. And on the exhale, lower. Left leg, right arm. And lower. Last time, right leg, left arm, really strong core. 3 breaths. And touch down. Left side, right arm. Hips stay square. Shoulders stay square to the floor, both. And on the exhale, touch down. Good. Widen your feet a little bit. Come down to a deep squat. That should feel really awesome. It does for me. And then go ahead and straighten your legs, forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep. And hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Think of your core. Step your right foot back just a little bit. Remember the weight's really strong in your left leg. If you want to, bring your arms by your hips. We've been doing that. Just angle forward, and as you do, bring the leg up. Your blocks are there in case you need them. Stretch your arms by your ears if you can maintain. Good. Hands to heart center. Come on up. Woo. Take a break. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Step the left foot back a little bit and just check your core. Really feel that. Arms back, angle forward. Add the left leg if you want. Arms by the ears if you're feeling stable. Rib cages still engaged. And hands to heart center. Come on up. That was a really hard side for me. Good. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, fold. Come down to that deep squat again. And move your hands behind you so you can help yourself sit down. Take your hands back and even as wide as the mat. So the base of your hands on the mat, your fingers are pointing out. And then think to yourself, okay, long side body, how do the arm bones back, rib cage back, lift the heart. Okay, now maintain that. Press into your feet, lift to tabletop, broaden the clavicles, that'll help. Stay really strong. And lower down. Hands behind the knees. Keep that angle. Really strong core. Stand up, Navasana. And lower down, step the hands back. Take your time setting up. And come up, tabletop again. Stay for 2 breaths. And release. Hands behind the knees. Lift Navasana. Stay for 2 breaths. And lower. Piece of cake after all we've done. Hands back. Feet grounded. Core engaged. Heart lifted. Clavicles broadening. Lift up. You can, if you can keep that strength in the back of the neck, you can always broaden your clavicles. Look up at the ceiling because we're staying for 3 breaths. And on your next exhale, lower down. Good. Hands behind the knees. Lift. Let go this time. Bring both hands to the right side. Just engage a little twist here. And then back through center to the left side. And back to center. Tuck your chin around your upper back and slowly lower down slowly to the floor. Oh, take a break there. And then bend your knees, bring your feet and your knees super close to each other. And bring your arms to goalpost or T position. Think rib cage back, low belly up, but keep the sits bones grounded and long, your spine nice and long. And then lift the knees up closer to you, flex the feet, and just roll to the right hip, but don't let the knees come all the way down. Just go to a spot where your left shoulder is grounded and you're working your core. Next inhale, come back to center. Reconnect with your core and lower the knees towards the left, just to a spot where you can keep the right shoulder down. You're feeling work though. Long back and neck. Good, come back to center. Reconnect with your core. One more time each side. I'm not gonna do it 3 times. Roll to your right hip. Hold there. Come on back through center. Roll to the left side. Notice if one side's easier or harder than the other. Good, come on back to center. This time, roll the knees all the way to the right, but let them come down. Turn your gaze to the left. Allow gravity to work its magic. Lengthening everything back out. And then hugging the right knee into the left, bring the knees up and over to the left side. Gaze to the right, allowing gravity to just take over. Hugging left knee into right. Bring the knees back up. Let the feet come down. And open up to butterfly again, Supta Baddha Konasana. You can bring hands on the belly. And slowly close the knees, wiggle the feet to hip distance. Left ankle over right thigh. Interlace behind. If you want more stretch, keep thinking rib cage back, sits bones back. You'll feel more stretch. Should feel really good because we didn't do a lot of hip openers. And then unwind and switch. Lace if you want more, not necessary. Try to lengthen the spine. Unwind. Just hug the knees all the way into your chest, roll up into a little ball. And then stretch out for Shavasana. Allowing the breath to be your guide. Just going a little deeper. Allowing gravity to release everything. Allowing your skin soften. Your muscles to loosen their grip. Notice your spine position here if you need to adjust it. Get a little deeper relaxation. Find that spot. Yourself, which direction is my internal compass pointing today? Is it attracted to the energy of fear, or more attracted to the energy of love? I wanted to share some thoughts from Marianne Williamson entitled, I Will Not Accommodate Myself to the Dictates of Fear. I commit myself to the ways of love. Sometimes it seems easier to accommodate ourselves to the ways of an insane world than to stand up and say no. Sometimes it seems easier to just go along to abide mediocrity, to not have to take the heat of a fearful world's approbation when we insist on doing what we feel is right. Today, I refuse to accommodate myself to the dictates of fear. I am part of the revolution of love now sweeping the world, saying no to fear and yes to love. In whatever way I can, I contribute consciously to the emergence of a better world. Though the world is weary and tired of the fight, I refuse to succumb to the slumber of fear. This is not the time to be numb, to acquiesce, to just go along. I will not accommodate myself to the ways of fear. I commit myself to the ways of love. In your breath. Slowly begin to awaken your limbs by moving in small ways. Take your time. Moving your knees in, rolling to the side and pushing on up. Just take a moment to sit. Sit and breathe. Just bring hands to heart center. Namaste. You guys have a fabulous weekend. Enjoy this beautiful fall weather. I kind of like the crisp air.
Thanks, Lisa. Good class.